sticking by my side. I used to be like, you don't need nobody, just go after. But when you have somebody that you like really trust and push you, that jump will take you a long way.
I've been thinking a lot about everything we've been dreaming. Will we ever make it out of this season? Where we seem like we're defeated and we're taking beatings and life keeps repeating. So I get on my knees to pray and ask the Lord why. Would you give us all these gifts and then hang them out to dry? I would think that you would only want the best for us, but everything is at its worst and we can't take no more. Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen.
Welcome to our first episode of Due Season. My name is Daryl.
And I'm Amber.
And we're excited to be with you guys. I know you guys are asking why due seasons. And so it is a scripture. So Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not."
Ooh, that's powerful.
So it's our season, guys. And so we're going to take you along this journey, and we hope you guys enjoy the process. But let's tell them our origin story, where it all started.
How we met.
Yeah.
It's crazy how we crossed paths. It was just like, I had to go through it. I had to meet you, so.
Yeah. And it's crazy because we almost didn't meet. That's
a funny story.
That's how crazy. So this was probably, I think, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I was president of an organization. I was in pharmacy school back then, y'all. So we're going to tell y'all a little about our past later. But I was in pharmacy school. I went to Atlanta for a conference, and I went to stay with my homegirl. And so as y'all can see, Brenton is a stud.
Yeah, it's obvious.
And so, you know, she dates females. And so one of my good friends from high school, they were interacting. And so I needed somewhere to stay. And I didn't know this then, but when I came to stay, somebody got put out.
Yeah, they told me to pack my bags, get out of here, my friend coming. I was like, why you hiding me? Just tell him you my friend. She was like, no, he's not that crazy. Get up out of here. And I'm like, why are you hiding me from him? I had to get everything. We had a whole plan. I had to pick up everything and get out, literally, because of you.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is the reason I found out the story is because I did their engagement.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he did our engagement. So, it's crazy how he had to meet me again. So, my ex-wife, my wife at the time, she was just like, I want my friend to do the wedding. I was like, no, we spending all this money on the wedding. We want real photographers. She was like, I know they haven't been doing it that long, but I want to support them. And I was still like, oh, no, we ain't not about to get this video that my mama recorded on her phone. Like, that's what I thought. But then he ended up doing the engagement. He did the wedding and made it like the best. People thought we was rich after he got done. I'm talking about like he like killed it. Yeah, and
we're gonna put a picture up so y'all can see something.
Yeah, y'all got to see this. Like when I tell you he killed it, he's way better now. That was years ago. You can't imagine how he is now. But me and him been friends ever since. That's crazy. We've been kicking it ever since. After the wedding, I made a phone call to you and told you about this dream.
And that's the crazy thing. So a lot of times you hear people talking about jumping on the bandwagon. You meet people with potential. Like we started, y'all know. Amber is a comedian, and when I say y'all, we started from the bottom.
I'm talking about the bottom,
like not at the starting line. We was in the locker room strapping up. So let's tell them that story. Tell them about how we.
So I'm gonna just talk about the time that I called him. So I had called him. I was like, cause I was just like, I want you to video. I just want to try this comedy thing. All of my friends was like, just do it. And my wife at the time was like, I think you should do it. Like, just try it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. So I called Cool. I said, hey, I called Darryl. His name Cool too, cause he a cool guy. His nickname, so you gotta let him know that. So I called him, and he was just like, oh yeah. I told him, hey, I think I want to try comedy. I want you to video. He was like, you gonna do it? And you know what? We're gonna do it in your garage. You ain't got the time to be getting no building and all that. Let you try it. So we did it in my garage. He put out a Eventbrite. I wasn't gonna do it for real. I just gave him an idea. This man gonna make an Eventbrite. To my, you ain't got no choice to do it. Now send it to your friend. The junk sold out literally in 20 minutes.
Yep, we sold out first day.
First day, sold it out.
There ain't no, y'all, and this is the crazy thing. It wasn't no jokes. We didn't have no ideas. It was just like, I think I want to try comedian. Don't y'all think, everybody in the background, don't y'all think she'd be funny?
Everybody,
like,
yeah. He didn't even know. I was like, what? And I keep asking him all the time, like, why did you give me a chance? So this man we got a garage. We used my garage. He came, set it up like a comedy show. Like, you got to put a clip.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I'll throw a clip in there. It's crazy.
And we did it. And I'll never forget when I showed him my first set. This man was like, no, this is not the way you do it. I just had jokes. I had no type of storyline or nothing. But when I tell you this man have helped me build to be like, I think I'm gonna be like one of the best comedians. I just know that. Like, this man have been sticking by my side. I used to be like, you don't need nobody, just go after. But when you have somebody that you like really trust and push you, that jump will take you a long way. Like, I'm so thankful for you, Daryl. Like, I can't.
Hey, man. And the crazy thing about it is I appreciate you, right? Because so many times you'll meet people who have different gifts in life, right? And I've always been the kind of person that pours into people. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid, I was like helping take care of my siblings. I've always been that nurturing, like, oh, you got a vision, let me push you. You know, and what I've learned is through life, a lot of people can't be pushed. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way. I lost relationships in life because I pushed people for their own dreams more than they wanted it.
And you definitely like that. You know how many times the man like, he would not let me fail. You would think he against you the way, no, that's not right. He was like, no, you can do better. But look at me now. Like, 3 years later, I actually have a brand. Like, people know Funny Brand. We was out in a whole nother city, and it was just like, people knew my name. So, like, all them times that I cried on the phone with you, wanting to give up, he didn't let me give up. This man called me. We probably talked on the phone every day for the last 3 years.
Probably.
If we missed a call, that means you was either doing something because your schoolwork, because your doctor, you know, all that stuff. But we never missed a day on the phone. Like, it's amazing.
And that's the thing. It's been a journey. So from the first show, what was that, June 2019?
June 2019 in the garage.
We've been doing it consistently. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, God will put a vision in your heart, and a lot of people will not pursue that vision.
At all, they
right?
won't.
A lot of people play around with it. God gives you gifts for a reason. And some people are so afraid, and this is a message for somebody. If God gives you a gift, don't be so afraid of sharing it with people that it never gets out. Right? Because if she hadn't shared it with me, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, I could have just like, oh, I'm just funny around my friends. I don't think I'm funny. But the fact that, if I didn't share my vision, I could have literally been still that police officer.
Yeah. And nobody can steal your dream.
Yeah.
Like, if she told me, and even if I didn't even like her like that, what I'm going to do? It's like people be so scared. They holding on to their dream so tight and end up dying with it.
I'm so happy. I've been the happiest since I've been following my dream. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely ups and downs because you feel like you want to give up because I'm not there yet. But you always tell me, like, it's coming. Like, it's consistency. And then sometimes you feel like, I've been doing this for free. Nobody don't want to pay me. I'm doing this. But, like, you always tell me, God, count your hours. Like, just keep going. Like, it'll come. And now I'm just... This is the season. Man, bro, so much things been happening, bro. Man.
And that's what this podcast is all about. It's about our journey chasing our dreams, right? You guys see Optical Illusions on my shirt. We're in my studio
right now. This is
like
3 years ago. You didn't have none of this.
None of this. Three years ago, we were two people talking on the phone with a dream.
Yeah, he had his own dream. You know what makes it crazy? The fact that you had your own dream. You were photographer. I don't care. Like, I ain't being funny. Like, I didn't know nothing about that. Like, you still poured into me every day. Like, it's just good to have great people. I don't care. Like, if you got somebody by your side, do not push them away. This man has just been like, look at me. Like, if I didn't have that extra push, I would have been gave up. Yeah. After the first show. We have had our own shows. And he still was doing photography. So don't get it wrong. He's still chasing his dream while doing it. Like, when I did my comedy show, he made those videos.
Yep, I was taking pictures, videoing,
so I can promote it.
Like it was crazy.
It was.
And mind y'all, this is the thing. You can always find excuses. She lived in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
I lived in North Carolina, moved to West Virginia, and moved back to North Carolina.
It didn't stop us at all.
And we've been working like we next door neighbors.
Literally, working. Matter of fact, let's talk about how we sold out every single show we had.
Yeah,
even from the beginning.
That's no flex. That's like when I tell y'all, that's just simply a sign that we were doing what we're supposed to do.
That's what you said.
We've never thrown a show that hasn't sold out.
That's how you know it's your purpose.
Only reason we don't do it now is because we're trying to be strategic with how we move in this season.
Yeah.
But we have sold out shows. We literally, one of our shows, we sold so many tickets that the venue got jealous.
Oh yeah, the venue. Yeah, at first they said, tell them what they said when we first came in. Oh, y'all good, just come on in and we'll just take the food and drink. Afterwards, they was mad at us.
They realized how many tickets we sold. Now they want part of the door. We literally moved the event the day of the show, packed it out.
Packed the whole next door. I know this sounds crazy, but we moved the next door to them. Like they was so they was mad at. We moved next door.
And packed out all that. They had to hear our event.
The lady came over and called me to the door. You remember that? To tell me good luck. That's just how packed it was. It was just like, man, we let go that.
Yeah, trying to be greedy.
And you can't not be greedy. Like in this, when you're trying to like go somewhere and go far, and of course I'm learning from him. It's crazy that he's younger than me, but he's so wise. But he was telling me stuff like, when you chasing this, you can't be too greedy. Like you can mess up. Being too greedy, you can mess up huge opportunities. Like the first 2 years I was doing shows, people say, it's only 3 people in here and you just up there no, I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to give them my all because I know it's coming.
That's the key, y'all.
Due season.
Do not get weary in well doing.
Yep.
And that's where we've been at. These last 3 years is well doing.
Yep.
Following our passion, whether we got paid or not.
I enjoy. I would call him on the phone like, listen, this comedy show, I loved. I had so much fun. And when you having fun, that's when you know you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And know that the money's gonna come through. A lot of people give up on their dreams because of the money.
Yeah, they don't even give it a chance. A lot of people, and this is the thing: if the thing that you're doing cannot be done without getting paid, it's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
If you worried about if the money is throwing you off. If it's like, if I don't get paid, I just can't do this no more.
Yep.
That was not the thing
that you're supposed to be doing. When
you're doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing, money usually won't stop you.
It will not, I'm telling you. You'll go, I done drove hours to do a show and didn't get nothing off of it. I spent my own money. Literally. You know how much money I almost went broke chasing my dream, but in due season, you get all that back. It's okay.
So let's talk about where we started, because I think a lot of people are in search of what their purpose is, right? What we was doing when we figured this thing out was nothing like you know how you see stuff and it's associated. What was you doing in your career path when you told me that you wanted to do comedy?
I was a police officer, literally. I was literally a deputy sheriff.
Deputy sheriff. Where were you working at?
At the Fulton County Sheriff Office jail on Wright Street. And I don't know if you from Atlanta, you know what Wright Street is. Not Wright, because everybody say Wright Street. It's Wright Street, RICE. That's what I was at, on the 6th floor with all the murderers. All the people, like, whatever the highest crime of them all, I was up there with them.
So how did you get there? How did you get to being an officer? Like, what was your path? Did you go to college?
Let's talk about that. So I went to college for 4 years. I got a degree in education. And then got a degree in education. I wanted to be a teacher, but to be honest, I could not pass the GATE. I'm like, dang, I can't pass this teaching test. I can't. So I ended up getting my master's in criminal justice. And then that's when I thought I was going to be a probation officer because I still wanted to work with kids. And so I got my master's, and then I ended up being a police officer because of the pay. I needed it. But when I got in there, I had did it for 5 years, y'all, and that's what I was doing. Yeah. So I did go to college, and I don't regret it. I used to be like, well, I didn't even have to go to college, but I don't regret it. I'm glad that I went through all that. But, yeah, went to college, supposed to be a teacher, wasn't able to be a teacher, police officer, 5 years. And then after 5 years, I ended up teaching.
Mm-hmm. In due season.
End up teaching.
And that same teaching has got some numbers on social media, y'all.
When I started teaching, I started making these videos and telling people about my own experience. And so when I started doing those videos, it took me, that's why I was like, due season. Like, you don't know, but sometimes you go through those paths for a reason.
Yeah, because if you was a teacher before you was a comedian, it wouldn't have done you no good.
It wouldn't have did nothing.
It was supposed to happen the way it happened. Mm-hmm. Like, literally. Like, that's crazy.
It happened. I'm to my, and I remember you told me, I was just like, I don't want to, because after you start doing something that you're supposed to be doing, you can't go to, it's hard to go to work. Yeah. And I remember you tell, it's not your time, you can't quit. Use that, like, make teaching videos, make it content. When I started doing that, like, my social media started just blowing up. Yeah. It was like I supposed to went through that teaching thing. Yeah. Started blowing up.
And it's crazy because that job at the jail, that was really the key to how we met.
Oh, yeah. That is the key.
Because, like, sometimes in life you're wondering, like, God, why am I here? I don't feel like this is my purpose. But sometimes it might be to connect you in some oddball way.
Yeah, I would have never met him if I didn't work at the jail. Because when I worked at the jail, I met my ex-wife. I met your friend, me and her together, and look, I met him.
So, I mean, it was like literally you wouldn't be here without it. Like, that was part of your journey. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Now, talk about how you get, like, let's talk about your journey though.
So it's crazy because I guess technically I still am a pharmacist, you know. Yeah. So I actually went to pharmacy school, University of North Carolina. So I went to undergrad at North Carolina Central. Shout out to HBCU. Shout out North Carolina Central in Durham. I got a degree in pharmaceutical sciences. Mm-hmm. I didn't like doing research, so I went to pharmacy school, UNC Chapel Hill, and became a pharmacist.
That's crazy to me. Like, it's like dope though.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing. We started this journey. I was a pharmacist.
And you was busy a lot too.
I was busy. I was working. I had been in my business for 2 or 3 years at that point. And so I was like almost full-time photographer, full-time pharmacist, and it was wearing me out.
It was. I was like, man, how you do this? It'd be like, he'll have a test the next week. Oh, I ain't gonna be. This man is, you'll be talking the whole, he's just doing his dream, photography. A week before he tell, I can't talk this week. I got to try to pass this test. I'm like, and still would pass it. I'm trying to figure out, like, how.
Girl, because at that time, that was part of my purpose. And some things, I think, when we think of purpose, we think of the end destination. But oftentimes, there are some things that are just in your life for a season. And pharmacy brought me a lot.
It really did.
It brought me a lot. It brought me my passion. That's where I actually bought my first camera. I found out I loved photography. That's where I met my wife.
And the studio.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got a studio. All of that was from, like, my career. Being able to invest and back into my business was because of my career. So don't get weary. I think a lot of people are frustrated by the season that they're in, but it all plays a role. You just gotta not get weary. You gonna do season. You gonna the thing that you worried about today, you will one day find out why you going through it.
You will, and it's gonna be like, oh, that's why. That's why I had to go through all that though. But you're gonna be like, oh, that's why, and you're gonna appreciate everything you went through. Like, you remember when I went home and I was just like, I hate going home. But like you said, sometimes you have to humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through things for a reason. I feel like I've been through a lot in life. But then when I think back, you know what? I supposed to went through that. Yeah. It was a reason, you know.
It's always a reason. So we encourage you guys, definitely always. The key is just not giving up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, the key is not. Yeah, the key is not giving up.
Hold on, y'all. I got a message coming through.
Gotta check those messages.
It's a blessing to be getting calls.
Yeah, because ain't nobody called my phone yet.
All right, y'all. I just gotta make sure my family good.
Hey, one thing about it, when your wife called, you see how he stopped? Hey, both don't play, but he'll jump. If people would jump out the podcast, I gotta go. My wife calling.
Hey, bro, you gotta make sure your family good. But yeah, we're gonna take y'all on this journey. We got a lot of things going on.
A lot of great things.
So this year has been crazy. This year, comedy has been crazy. Social media has been crazy.
Let's talk about what we just did a month ago. Let's do season, man. What just happened a month ago, right before your birthday?
You talking about the studio?
No, not the studio. What we just did.
What we just do?
Yo,
we done did so much.
Do we work?
Oh, you see, you want to go there? Oh, you trying to give them all this?
I'm sorry, y'all. We ain't got to talk about it.
We're going to talk about that on another podcast.
Another one.
That's
okay.
a whole episode.
Okay.
That's a whole episode.
Okay,
for
I'm
the
sorry.
people.
That's my bad. That's my fault.
No, you good. In due season.
In due
we
season,
gonna
we'll
talk about
that. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But no, it's been a journey. We got a lot of things coming up. We're actually working on our first short film.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
so
insane.
excited. This is crazy.
Yeah. So by the time y'all see this, we probably gonna be promoting it.
Yeah.
Like, so y'all be on the lookout.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited. I cannot believe we doing this. I know we talked about it a couple years ago, but like what we talked about is here now. We shooting it. We always manifested everything we said we was gonna do.
Yeah, and that's the key. Just don't give up. If you keep doing, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the fruit will come.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna reap what you're sowing.
You are. Like it's coming. So I'm so excited about this movie though. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. So hopefully it becomes one of your Christmas favorites. We got a lot of talent from all over Georgia and North Carolina.
Georgia.
That's a lot of North Carolina people on the project.
It seemed like everybody from North Carolina except me.
It's crazy. And so we're gonna share some things with y'all. Y'all definitely we're gonna put some links where links be for our Patreon.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna try to do some behind the scenes for you guys. We're going to interview some of the cast members. And so we're going to take you guys. The whole point of this podcast is to take you on this journey with us.
Yep.
We want to make sure we're documenting where we're going. We came so far, so it kind of looks like we fast forwarded through the first 3 years, but we definitely want to take you guys on this journey with us.
On this journey, yeah. I'm excited.
Let's go. So look, matter of fact, let's keep it short. Thank y'all for listening to Due Season Podcast. We got a lot coming. But until next time, we'll see you.
We'll see y'all. Thank y'all. Peace.
Peace.
I've been thinking a lot about everything we've been dreaming. Will we ever make it out of this season? Where we seem like we're defeated and we're taking beatings and life keeps repeating. So I get on my knees to pray and ask the Lord why. Would you give us all these gifts and then hang them out to dry? I would think that you would only want the best for us, but everything is at its worst and we can't take no more. Let's do this. It's time to start.